Hey guys, welcome back to Cornwall Card House. I've fixed the microphone and I've got the glasses on, so this is going to be a serious one, man. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just flick through these, how many is 8 or 9 sets in Scarlet and Violet, and I'm going to show you which one, if there was no market, if I didn't know the prices, if I didn't know the chase cards, if I was just a kid and I walked in to a card shop and they had all the cards out on the table from every set, and I could pick one out of all the sets, then this is what I would pick. Okay, so that's the aim of this video. So number one, starting off with Scarlet and Violet base, Dondozo. I think you can see why. I mean, there's not much in Scarlet and Violet base at all. Because the Armor Rouge was quite cool, but the Dondozo, you can pick this up for what, what's it, £4 you know. I have got about probably 3 of these, and I'm going to add some more as we go on, because in the future, it is about the art, but it is also about investing, because you don't want to just chuck your money down the drain for a piece of art. You want it to appreciate, which is the whole point of art. I know this isn't your traditional art, but it is a small version of it. So, and the market's testament to that, how the market's going at the moment. Okay, so let's move on. Paldea Evolved. Most people's top chase card. I do like, what's his name? Komiya, the one who did the Archie backs, the Frigid backs, and the Excalibur ones. I do like that line, but the fact that you can, all these dark and weird pastoral colours, and you've got the Gyarados just there, and he's swinging around the top of the card, and there's probably more stuff in there which I haven't seen. Still going for quite a pretty penny, but if I was a kid and I walked in a shop, I'd pick that up. Okay, let's move on to Obsidian Flames. Controversial one. If I was a kid, bright yellow, bright green, pigeons looking at me. You know, I might be a Charizard fan, but if I was a kid, I think I would walk in and I would pick this up. So the idea of this is the cards I've chosen, I'm going to pick up more of, because kids are going to buy them. Either that or I'm totally wrong. Okay, moving on. Paradox Rift. Tapu Koko. Bit different. I do like the contrast from the sand to the water to the sea to the sky, and now the sun's got those like shady lines through it. It's a bit like, I think I chose this because I had a jumper with this, like, you remember like Solcal back in the day, and they had all these lines on it, and it just reminded me of that jumper. So I think I would pick this up. You can probably get this for, I mean, these are in dollars. You could probably pick these up for £8-9 each. So yeah, I'm going to get myself a few of these. Okay, moving on to 151. Now this is where it gets, everybody's after the no neck Charizard, but I went for the Dragonair. Yeah, you look at me crazy. I love snow and I love water. Love them both, especially when they're depicted in water, in art form. I think it's so hard to get water right when it comes to artwork. Charizard flying through the sky with no neck, 200 quid. Nah, so I picked up these at $18, $19. So I haven't picked these up, but that's my plan, to pick a few of these up. I'm not going mad, just, get 1 or 2 a month. I mean, hopefully the market's at its peak and it's on its way down. So I don't want to just jump in like Twice Baked Jake did, and he brought all those. He spent $4 on like this dealing and source books, and they've dropped. But at least he got a few PSA 10s, so that helped him out. But go check his video out. Very knowledgeable guy. Love the guy. Very nice. Okay, moving on. Paldean Fates. Charizard. Now, bear with me. Everybody loves the Bubble Mew. If I was a kid, I'd walk in and I'd grab this. There's something about the card. I don't know why it is like made of glass. It looks like it's made of ruby and glass, and it looks fragile, and it looks as if I drop the card on the floor, it'll just shatter into a million pieces. It's still quite expensive. It's not as expensive as the Bubble Mew. Will I pick up any? I'll probably try and get one. You know, I am a nurse on a nurse's wage, so, you know, I can't go too mad. But hopefully YouTube pops off and I can buy some cards. Like, comment, subscribe. Moving on. Okay, Temporal Forces. Not the best, but there's a few good cards in it. And I went for Ghastly. I mean, what's the other chase cards in? The Iron, whatever it was. Or was it the Raging Bolt, or I don't know. But anyway, if I was a kid, I walked in, so I saw all the cards out from Temporal Forces on the table. I'd pick this up because I'd be looking at I'd be looking at that Ghastly. Look at these Haunters in the background. Gengar's licking his tongue out. You know, a bit of takes me back to a bit of Fusion Strike there. You've got the Meowth down here going, oh my god, they're coming in, and he's going to run back off to Team Rocket, and they're going to go.
Victory! It looks like champion Team Rocket!
So yeah, Ghastly, that's what I'd pick. Twilight Masquerade. Moving on. Carmine. Not too many cards in this, apart from the Grey Ninja and the Perrin. The Grey Ninja, you know, it's a cool card, but I look at it and it just looks as if somebody like Augustus Gloop has ate a load of sweets and he's like barfed it up. I'm sorry if you're eating your breakfast, but it's just, sometimes there can be just too much colour, too much going on. There's no real depth within that card for me, personally. Carmine, you know, you could probably pick this up for 50 quid. I do like the Perrin too. That'd be my second choice before Gengar. I mean, would Gengar even be in my top 3? The Grey Ninja, sorry. Probably would, yeah. But Carmine for me. You got Fried Egg, you've got the noodles, you got the light shining from the back of her head. Twilight Masquerade, it shows, it says we're at a festival, and this represents a festival for me. Toffee apples, and the eyes just look just fantastic. The mouth drawn so well. Yeah. Okay, so Carmine for me, which I've already got a Carmine in a PSA 10. Sorry, in an Ace Label 10. But I'll maybe pick up a few more. Okay, moving on to Shrouded Fable. Bit of a boring set in my opinion, but it has got one redeeming feature, and it's probably not the one you're thinking of. Houndoom. I like Houndoom. Not many cards really depict how cool he is. There's a few out there, but this one's just like, I'm coming to get you. Really love it. Very dark, with the shadows behind him. It's all grey. The only pop of red with his eyes, and looks like a little bit of fire coming out of his eyes. Yeah, if I was a kid, I'd walk in, I'd pick this up. Okay, moving on to Stellar Crown. Now you've got the Bulbasaur and Squirtle and the Terapagos, but I didn't go for any of them. I went for the Hydrapple. Bear with me. I love how his eyes are like a slice of apple, and you've got the pip inside of the apple, or the seed, or whatever you call it from where you are from. Yeah, it's cool. I've never been much of a fan of Hydrapple. I do like the one in Destined Rivals, where all the snakes are firing light out of the mouths of fire. But yeah, I think if I was a kid, I'd pick this up. Okay, moving on to Surging Sparks, one of my favourite sets, Melodic. Now everyone's like, dude, what about the Pikachu? What about the whatever? The Melodic. I just think it's calming, a beautiful card, and the price reflects that. I mean, you know, it's still touching $100, which is you could probably pick up for 70 if you're lucky in England. Just a beautiful card. Can't say much more about that. I think that's the one I'd pick up. Okay, moving on to everybody's favorite, prismatic evolutions. And I went for the Leafeon. I love golf. I love walking outside. I love green. I love trees. I like Leafeon. I've got a few cool Leafeons from back in the day, like the V Stars and um, older sets, Evolving Skies. So yeah, Leafeon has always been my favorite evolution anyway, so I'm a bit biased. Plus, I don't like buying into all that chase stuff of running for the Moonbryon or the Sunbryon, whatever you want to call it. So Leafeon is my favourite, and I think if I was a kid, I'd pick that up. Now, Journey Together, it was quite a hyped set, but then it kind of fell on its arse a bit. But the only card I've really liked, and I pulled this with my daughter, so I think this is why it's got a bit, why it's swayed my opinion on this one, is the Iono's Ballybolt. Really love it. If you pick this card up and you take a good look at it, the eyes on Iono just really sparkle, shine. My daughter pulled this; she was dead excited. She was running around. So it's kind of taken me away from, if I was a kid, what would I pick up? But there's a good chance I would have picked this up anyway. And then lastly, in Scarlet and Violet, we're not doing Black Bolt and White Flare because I do like to have a look and hold the cards. All of these cards I've either got or I've held at card shows or whatever. So going on to Team Rocket, there is Moltres. Not a lot going on for Team Rocket. A bit of a flop for me. I do like Team Rocket Returns and Team Rocket First Editions and all that stuff. I had a set of them, but I ended up selling them in 2021 in the market high. I wish I didn't sell them, obviously, and I was quite excited for this set to come out. And I was expecting a lot of the cards from back in the Team Rocket sets, and it was kind of a bit of a flop for me. So I like the Galarian Birds, the Moltres, the Articuno, Zapdos. So I went for this. I quite like Fire on a card too, because I think Fire is quite hard to do well. And I think they've done really, really well with this one. So that'd be my chase. There doesn't seem to be a price on here, but I think it's about 60, 70 quid. And I will pick up a few of these. If I get some extra shifts in, I can pick up some extra. So yeah, that's mine. That's what I'm picking up out of Scarlet and Violet. As the market starts to come down, hopefully it'll stay going down. But we have got talk of Black Bolt, White Flares coming up. Them thick packs. You've also got megas coming. So is the market going to stay sliding down? Because I can see prismatic sliding down. Who knows? But yeah, there's my Scarlet and Violet pulls that I would pull if I was a kid. And I hope you liked this video. I hope it sounded a bit better than last time. So yeah, Cornwall Card House out.